Welcome to the Bourbon Van. I'm Phil.
I'm Julie, and it's day 16, and we're wrapping up round 2. So we're back up to that split matchup.
Yeah, you just had to choose something different every time.
I know, I just can't help myself.
So Julie's going to kick things off just like she did back on day 12?
I have no idea.
I don't know. A while back we had two totally different selections. Today she's going to kick things off with the number 12 overall seed. This is Old Forester Rye Whiskey coming in at 100 proof versus number 28 overall Woodinville Straight Bourbon from Washington State, 90 proof. This is the only Pacific Northwest bourbon in the competition. You ready to get into it?
Yeah, I guess so. Should be interesting.
Yeah, I'm going to have some too. I feel lonely over here if I'm not drinking with you.
I know, I don't really like it. I'm not getting too much off of them. This first one, not that this is going to be a great endorsement, it smells a little bit like nail polish remover. But I know that that's not a great note.
Well, you put it in the second round.
Anyway, I'm just going to get right into it.
Yeah, go for it. And I'm having a sip of this Woodinville as a warm-up for my matchup because I don't drink it very often.
Ooh.
I'm excited about it.
This is my nail polish one. It tastes like candy.
Hey now.
Cherry candy, Jolly Ranchers, real sweet. Yum.
You love really sweet.
I do. On the back end, almost like a little leathery or something. So what a bizarre, tasting note.
You went on a ride.
From first sip, only cherry Jolly Ranchers or something like candy-ish to almost like a little leathery there at the end.
Still like it?
I like everything. Well, not everything. There's a few that I haven't really cared for.
I saw where your eyes went. We've already beat on that bottle enough. It doesn't deserve it.
No. It's a little bit nuttiness. That sweetness is kind of dissipating.
Nuttiness on glass one still?
Yeah.
Or as well? That's interesting.
As well. It could just be the confluence of a couple flavors.
What?
Is that the right use of that word?
I don't know what you're experiencing. I would say maybe. Did you read the thesaurus this afternoon?
What a busy day.
Oh, okay. While you're drinking that, I'm just going to mention that this bracket 4, there were a couple of decent...
Sorry, I just got some caramel in there.
Good.
Just sharing what I know while he shares what he knows.
Yeah, perfect. From the moment that I saw bracket 4, I expected Wild Turkey Rare Breed to run the table on this particular bracket. I didn't think there was any way that wouldn't make it into the final 4 whiskeys in this competition. Now that that's out, who knows? They're all wild cards at this point. I don't know if bracket 4 is now less dangerous because Wild Turkey Rare Breed's not there anymore, or way more dangerous.
I know I just started sipping both of these, and I don't remember what I chose over Rare Breed, but knowing how much I love Rare Breed, I wish that it was in this matchup.
Me too. You chose Weller Special Reserve over Rare Breed. I chose Remus Repeal Reserve Batch 2 over Rare Breed. I don't believe that either one of these bottles would hold a candle to the Weller, but we don't know.
Oh, that's true.
When we taste them blind, Who knows what you're going to prefer. Does this open a gate to the final 4 for some wild card whiskeys? It could make things really interesting down the road. It's just like any other tournament. You put things against each other because the outcome isn't always going to be the same. You're going to have surprises and Cinderellas, and we absolutely have that going on right now. I'm
not getting a ton off of my glass 2. Glass 1 is a lot more flavorful, but I'm getting a ton of strange flavors. Like I was saying, like that really sweet with that kind of like tobacco-y, leathery taste.
I'll say that the glass that I chose to have a sip of, when you had this in round 1, you mentioned several tasting notes that I'm now getting from it that maybe I didn't get so much before. So that's always
in a positive or like not I'm
really.
saying that it would sway your decision or anything, but
I'm gonna say not really. I'm gonna say that I enjoyed this more in round 1 than I am right now.
Sometimes it just depends where your palate's at that day. If I know which one this is, it's not really pulling through for me today. I guess we're gonna say December Madness, Advent Madness, I guess, where you're gonna upset your brackets or whatever, and it's just all about how they're playing that day. I drank all of mine.
Look at you.
Just because.
You know, I filled those to the top today because I knew you would want a little extra.
I think that I'm ready.
Okay, what are you choosing?
I'm going to choose glass number 1.
I I'm actually a little relieved to hear you say that.
The reason I'm choosing it is because glass number 2, I literally got just hints of flavors today. And if you're gonna drink something, you want that like all-encompassing, you know, the mouthfeel, the experience, everything. Super lackluster today. Though I know last time I probably tasted it, it obviously moved forward. So something changed. It could be the matchup, it could be whatever. But this one, even though I said like had kind of weird combo flavors, it was pretty delicious. Very smooth, super flavorful.
Let's find out which one it is, but my guess is that your glass 2 is the one that I poured a sample of, the Woodinville, because today on the nose, I'm getting real gentle, fresh cut grass, not in an offensive way, just gentle and mild on the nose.
Yeah.
And on the palate, you said that this one was medicinal back in round 1. This tastes like medicine to me.
So that's interesting because I just assumed glass 2 was the Old Forester rye, just because I'm expecting it to not be as like cherry forward or whatever. I've been wrong the entire tournament so far.
Yeah, no reason to start doing it right now.
We shouldn't
your
start,
glass, you chose glass 1, which is the super good glass.
Super good.
Super good is Old Forester rye. As soon as you said Jolly Ranchers, I knew where you were at. Yeah.
That's so funny.
I can't believe Old Forester rye is in the 3rd round.
Does that make you so happy?
Yeah, it really does. I love that bottle. I love that bottle. And I just saw this week that sometime next year they're planning to release from Old Forester a single barrel proof rye.
Oh.
Which might explain why I can't get this bottle anymore.
Is this our
Please,
only
Old
rye?
Forester.
Oh, sorry.
I have one backup left. That's not nearly going to be enough to get us through the winter. Come on, Old Forester, help us out.
I'll save it for you.
No, let's just share it. We can share it. I don't know if we're going to have enough whiskey to get through the winter. Okay, so Woodinville is the first bottle to come off the shelf today, but it won't be the last because I've got 2 bottles to taste next, and one of them will not survive. Stick around for matchup 2.
I'm interested to see where this is going to go.
Taylor, even though I really like it, did not think it would make it to this point, but it did have a pretty interesting first round draw with Old Forester rye. That one could have gone either way. The Coopers, I'm kind of excited to see here because I think it's the cheapest bottle remaining in this competition besides the Old Forester rye. This bracket's got some Cinderellas in it.
She's definitely that surprise of the season.
Right, right. So this is number 21 versus number 5 overall. They're both 100 proof. Because the Coopers tends to bring out flavors in the things that it's competing against and tends to be sort of subdued against those things, I hope one of them stands out for me.
We may not have... Oh.
Goodness.
Good.
Goodness.
Oh, goodness. Good goodness. I feel like I owe Taylor another shake here, so I'm gonna take a little bit while you're drinking and thinking it over.
So this one to me is cherry candy on the nose, and I expected cherries on the palate, but I got strawberries. I got really ripe red fruit, strawberries, raspberries. It's almost like tart raspberries, maybe a touch of vanilla, but the oak is really good in this. Time to go in. Glass number 2, leather, oak, touch of cinnamon, brown sugar, maybe nutmeg, but it's not like sharp cinnamon, that way that cinnamon can sometimes spike on your tongue and it can be kind of offensive sometimes in a bourbon.
I think I deserve to try. Oh, much better pop than that first one.
A little squeaky.
Yeah, a little squeaky, but...
A little pitchy, that pop. Hey, come on.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You never straighten it. Look at these. Look at how crooked they are. My OCD is going crazy. Look at this one too. Oh my goodness. Oh, I feel so much better now. I can finally make a judgment. Actually, this is going to take a minute. This is all really, really good. So we've said it a couple times, and you've said it a couple of times.
Sorry, I just got a lot of... Well, I know which one I would choose.
She's always trying to sway me. Does that sound familiar? This one, we've said it a bunch of times, and it has never been truer to me than in this matchup right here. Judgment call. I like these both so much. They are super good whiskeys. I love these.
To me, it seems like such a easy choice, but you do really enjoy both of these.
Going from glass 2 to glass 1. Glass 1 now has like a mustiness, almost like an old wine grape, like an old dusty decanter of Chianti or something. Maybe it's not everything you wanted in your wine, but you kind of appreciate it for what it is. There's something really nice about it. It's something warm and cozy about it. It's a velvet blanket for my tongue.
Ah.
From the beginning of the second round all the way to the end, all the matchups are worth 2 points to those of you who did enter brackets. So
Scoring at home.
for those of you scoring at home, or if you're alone, try flowers. It's still anybody's game. Anything can happen. If you're alone and you're not scoring, try flowers. You give somebody flowers, you might get lucky.
Maybe.
Fellas, I'm here to help.
I was not quick on that one. It's not quick on the draw.
I think you're great.
Thanks. Appreciate it. How you feeling?
Yeah, you just keep knocking out glasses.
It's a long day.
I appreciate it. So that was the end of glass 1. Look at those legs, that beauty. Confectioner's sugar, various types of fruits depending on where you're at in the glass, vanilla. The oak in it is tremendous. It's a beautiful glass. Look, it's still got legs. Okay, I'm gonna take one more sip. I think I have a decision.
Excellent. It's nice to see you struggle for once. It is.
A nice thing to say to somebody, isn't it?
I mean, you're struggling drinking whiskey. It's not really a struggle.
Just for that, I'm having another sip.
Yeah, it's not really a struggle. I'm digging my glass.
This whole time I've thought I've known what I was drinking because the Taylor has always had fruit notes for me. I still think that the Taylor is glass 1. It's just so hard to know at this point of the game. I'm gonna stand by, I think Taylor's glass number 1. These are both really good.
The cat's waiting.
I know he is. The flavors in this, in glass 1, the logo glass, are so bright. The bright fruit flavors, and there's a lot of oak coming through, nice sweet oak. It's gotta be the two of them battling off of each other. I was so confident before, I don't know now, but pretty sure that I'm about to be brokenhearted because my $29 Cinderella story, I think, is about to come to an end. I'm pretty sure I'm choosing Taylor here. Choosing glass 1, it's the Bourbon Van logo glass.
All right, you ready?
Not really.
You feel like me for a change.
It's gonna happen more and more the deeper we get into this competition.
All right, so you chose glass number 1, which is the logo glass. And glass number 1 is your $29 baby.
That's really?
Yeah.
You're sure?
Cooper's. I'm positive. And I even triple checked this time. I mean,
That's
I triple checked when I was pouring, not
bonkers.
just
I've gotten cherry on that before. I have never gotten raspberries. I've never gotten bright strawberries, fresh red fruit. I've never gotten any of that.
I'm going to tell you, I had a sample of both of those while you were drinking it, and for me, it was a no-brainer that Cooper should move on.
This is
But
crazy.
it also goes back to the fact that I feel sad that I don't like Taylor's as much.
Taylor's.
Taylor's. The Colonel. I don't like the Colonel so much.
Oh my. Well, I was seriously disappointed, seriously confused by both of these glasses. Obviously, I can't trust my palate, never really could, but this is thrilling.
It's thrilling for me,
We
too.
have a Cinderella. This is...
That means we're 0 for 2 on what we thought we were drinking today.
This is... Boy, we sure do have credibility.
Sure do.
Cooper's is going back up on the shelf, and we're going to rearrange them now that we're done with round 2.
Yeah, exciting.
And it's very exciting because shelf 3 got real busy here.
This is not what I expected the Elite 8 to look like. I will
At
be 100% honest.
At all. Cooper's Craft Barrel Reserve, $29 for the bottle, available everywhere in the country. While Taylor, people hunt for, wait in line, trade on secondary to get it. Cooper's is everywhere.
People will be excited. You gave
Go
it a pretty
get this
high...
bottle. I can't believe that these two went head to head, and I expected bright flavors from the Taylor, and I got them from Cooper's. The bigger flavors came from Cooper's Craft Barrel Reserve. This is...
Are you actually more excited because you haven't chose any... Well, I'm not gonna say any, but you haven't really chosen underdog yet, whereas I just keep throwing them out there. This is like your first real underdog situation where
I'm shocked.
you kind of toppled the bigger competition.
This is the first time I've truly been surprised. I was shell-shocked when Rare Breed went down.
Yeah.
I am blown away by this one. Putting it right back up on the shelf right now. Cooper's Craft Barrel Reserve. Lovely. I'm gonna have another glass of this to celebrate tonight.
Yeah. I don't even put her or him, but I say her.
Well, that's the Colonel.
Yeah. Down on the bottom shelf.
Unbelievable.
We'll revisit that a little bit later.
These are empty, but thank you to everybody who watched for sticking with us for 2 full rounds of this.
16, right?
16 days. 3rd round starts tomorrow, day 17. Hang in there because it can only get weirder, right?
Yep.
So from wherever we are.
To wherever you are, cheers. See you tomorrow.
That's crazy. That's crazy.